Hello, class. Welcome back. I want to talk to you about the introduction paragraph for the research proposal essay. The introduction paragraph has three components. It includes the introductory statement, which is part A, then it includes the bridge, which is part B, and then it includes the research question, which serves as a thesis, which is part C. I want to talk about what goes in each element. So as you're writing, you'll keep these things in mind. So for the introduction paragraph, the first thing you're going to need is an attention grabber. In this case, you're going to use what's called an anecdotal introductory statement. The anecdotal introductory statement tells a story. Now, if you've ever heard anyone tell a story, one thing you probably appreciate about the story from the very beginning is if the reader captures your attention by starting with some sort of cliffhanger or starting with some sort of dialogue or starting with some sort of, uh, you know, interesting action or vivid scene or something like that in order to grab your attention. In this case, for the Right for a Cause research proposal essay, you are going to write an anecdotal introductory statement using two techniques, and you can choose which one you want to use. The first one is going to be vivid description. And all that means is that you're going to paint a scene for your audience so that when they open your essay and when they start reading, when I start reading, we are immediately taken into a room, so to speak, that has large windows and it's raining outside and the sky is really dark. And, the lights in the room are flickering and you feel really afraid as a result of this very scary room, right? So you're bringing your audience into a space with an engaging introductory statement where they are able to vividly see and feel what you may have felt in that moment. So I just painted a really scary scene, but obviously it doesn't need to be scary. You could bring someone into a space where everything is really bright and happy. So maybe you're outside at a beach. And so you would describe the sand and the blue sky. And you may describe that smelled, seafood in the air from the restaurant that was next door. You may describe that you see fishermen who are pulling in their nets, and you want to paint this picture very vividly so that you use color and you use texture and you use things that appeal to the senses, like the sense of smell, what something smelled like, taste, which, maybe the seafood, taste, maybe you could, taste a mango that you're eating at the time, or sense of hearing. Maybe you heard a large tanker pulling in, close to the shoreline in the distant view. Or maybe it is the sense of touch. You felt fabric on your hands that was burlap. And so you felt the scratchiness of that burlap against your hands. But you want to paint a beautiful or at least a vivid scene so that your audience has something to open your essay and come into. So this is very important, and you are scored pretty heavily on how you paint this scene, so you want to paint it well. Another thing that you can do in order to paint this vivid scene is to use dialogue. You want to use dialogue, not something that you're saying to yourself or something that you're thinking in your head. Dialogue is something that happens between two people or more. So you want to bring your audience into a conversation. All right, so you use quotation marks and you want to say what you said and you want to say what the other person said. You maybe want to talk about how you felt about what they said, or how that moment impacted you as you guide your reader into the next part of the introduction paragraph, which is the bridge. All right, so just before we go into the bridge, you have two ways. Number one, you can open with vivid description, which is the way that a lot of people tell stories. They bring people into a setting. Or number two, you can start your essay with dialogue. Now, before we move into the bridge, here's a fun tip. If you did the topic defense paragraph as requested, then you opened your topic defense paragraph that you did a long time ago. with vivid description, because that was a request if you did it the way that was requested. So you can go back and you can grab that and you can build on top of that for this essay. If you didn't do anything for vivid description, don't worry, you can still choose either vivid description now, or you can choose dialogue in order to open up the essay with a good introductory statement. All right. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about the bridge. All right, so I'll see you there. Bye.